Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, guess what? The prices of the 4 major cruise lines in the United States are about to go up starting July 1st. Guaranteed. Okay, I didn't mean to scare you there. I didn't mean to scare you, but it's true. And it's all due to a new law in California. One law right now is requiring cruise lines to include taxes, port fees, and anything that they're charging like that in the advertised price of the cruise. They can no longer say starting at this price without having the taxes and port fees included. Now, this is also a big thing as hotels and resorts out there, because there's an actual bill in Congress right now to have the hotels have to follow a pattern of they have to advertise the price as well and show the price with taxes and port fees included. They can't just put it in small lettered writing underneath or say plus taxes. They're going to have to include it as well. That hasn't passed yet, but the one in California for cruise ships has. And instead of having 2 different pricing policies, which can you imagine would be a nightmare, because somebody is in California that can look up a price and say, hey, it says it's starting at this price. And then you call an agent or you call, say, Royal Caribbean, and they answer the phone and say, oh yeah, okay, that cruise here, and it's $300 or $400 more. And they say, hey, wait a minute, it says right here that it's this price. And the other place says, no, it's not, because we have to add our taxes and port fees in. And you can't have different states have different pricing policies. It would be a complete mess. So to give an example of what I'm showing, here's a resort in Anaheim, California. For instance, somebody deciding to go to, say, Disneyland for a week, or into Anaheim, California for a week, and wanted to stay at a hotel for 7 days. And if you notice here, the price is about $5,000 some dollars for the week, but underneath in very small print, it also says plus $900 and some dollars, almost 20% more in taxes and fees. Where when you're adding up the cost of your vacation and trying to budget yourself, etc., it would be nice to know right up front that that is the price. And that is what this new law has brought in. And so it's now going to affect the cruise lines. And I want to give you some examples of what I'm talking about right now. For example, if you went into Royal Caribbean, I went in and searched for a random cruise next year in August 2025 on Royal Caribbean. I wanted a 7-day cruise, and wow, I ended up on the brand new Star of the Seas. Was the first one that popped up. And I said, oh, okay. So I looked at my balcony cabin. 2 people, regular balcony cabin. It says starting price is $2,229 US. Well, if you add those together, that means you should be paying $4,458, right? That's the start, that's the advertised price. There it is. But oh, no, it's not. Down below your final price is actually $4,783.02. Why? Because there's $325.02 in taxes and port fees. And now that will have to be added into that main price. That advertised price I first saw of $2,229 will now have to include that, which means every advertised price you see is going to jump. And it may look like the cruise prices are jumping overnight quite a bit in July 1st, but it's not really jumping, it's just having to include this in the fees now, which going forward will make it easier to budget your cruise. It really will. But I also want to show you some other things that cruise lines do to kind of fool you in a way that I wish they would look at doing away with as well. And that is say for instance, the phony sales. What I mean by that is, if you go on any cruise line and just go to their main website, I don't care which cruise line it is. They all have a sale. There's a sale of some kind going on, right? There's a sale of some kind. In fact, on this balcony cabin that I was booking at the price, it says that the regular cruise fare was $6,626. I'm going to save $2,100 on my cruise. Oh, okay. But that's not even what was advertised. The average price was $2,200. So I didn't really even notice that discount. I didn't see that discount, but in my price summary, it's showing me a discount. And I go, oh, okay. Not only that though, if you go to the main website page, you'll see at the top, there'll be an advertise of some kind. And then it'll have a ticking clock underneath. This sale ends in this amount of time. You only have this amount of time to save this money, folks, or you're going to miss out. You're going to pay all that money more. And in reality, the minute that one ends, it either extends or there's a new sale that basically equals the same thing, right? Second cruise passenger sales for free is the same as 50% off your cruise because it's based on double occupancy, right? So it's the same price. It's not really a savings. It's to lure you in, give you that confidence that, and I'm not saying Royal Caribbean, I'm saying everybody does it, folks. You can go to Norwegian. There's an advertised sale on Norwegian every single day. You can go to Carnival. Does this look familiar? Big savings, folks, but there's a time limit. You gotta book it now. Don't forget to book it now because, hey, look out, the sale's gonna end. Trust me, the sales never end. There's one sale after another after another. Can the price be different? Yes, because depending on the sale, sometimes they will adjust the prices as well. Not to mention, as a sale goes on and they sell out some of the cabins on a particular ship, the price for the ship may rise just because the cabins have been selling and there's limited availability. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you're thinking in your head, well, I want the cheapest possible cabin, right? I want to get a guaranteed inside cabin where they book my cabin. I don't get to choose where it is. It's an inside cabin. It could be in the worst location on the ship. Well, take a look at this. There's the advertised price for an inside cabin that they're going to choose for me. There's the advertised price for an ocean view, which is less money than the interior, and then even less money than that is the balcony cabin. So people who assume that the interior guaranteed is automatically going to be the cheapest price, don't not even look at the other ones. Look at the other cabins just in case. The reason is there may only be 20 inside cabins left on that size ship, and there may be 400 balconies remaining on the ship. So that's why the interiors are going for a higher price, because people just don't realize these things. So yes, a new law coming in, prices are going to be more clear, less confusion. It's going to be a set price. The advertised will look like the final price more often, but don't also be aware of the ticking time bomb, shall we say, of the clock. You gotta book by this time because there's always a sale coming down the road, and always look to see, just in case the next category of cabin might actually be cheaper than the one you think should be the cheapest cabin on the ship. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think you're happy seeing this? Do you think people are going to all of a sudden go, oh my God, why are the cruises so expensive on July 1st? I think new cruisers and people who don't normally cruise will be sticker shocked. I think the rest of us will figure it out and okay, at least we know what's going on. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.